Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Aditya Vati and today we'll be building quite a special project. All my technical videos have been about using Python for things such as a pizza delivery app or an OS based on Tkinter, among others. However, today we'll be building a model, a Python machine learning model, which can predict certain values. So let's get started with it. So friends, before we start writing the program, let's see what is the model that we're dealing with right now. So the model that we'll be using is the simple linear regression model. It's quite a simple ML model which finds the correlation between two numerical values. Which means, for example, the years of experience of a person and their salary. Usually, the higher the years of experience, the higher the salary. If a company can provide the data of 1000 such employees, it can predict how much salary it should give to an employee based on their years of experience if a new employee joins. This type of prediction in ML is known as simple linear regression. It's used to predict GDP and many more things. What it does is basically draw a line, an increasing line, the best fit line between these two numerical values. And if most of the numerical values are closer to the values on the line, the model is accurate, or else it has a lower accuracy. I'll demonstrate this to you as we move forward. Okay guys, now we're in PyCharm. So let's begin the programming. First, we'll create a new project. Let's name it Simple Linear Regression Predictor. We created. The IDE environment loads. Okay, now that we have created the virtual environment and the project, let's create the main.py file. In the older PyCharm versions, which was PyCharm 2022, I believe 2022, the IDE used to create a welcome script, so I guess you don't need to do that in the older versions. And we need another thing. We need the data set, the Excel data set, in which all the values that we need will be there. We'll be using a donating campaign dataset. So in order to get it, you can go to my GitHub account. And there you can find my repository, which is the simple linear regression predictor. From here, we'll download the donating campaign, the CSV file. We'll download it. Okay. Let's cut this. Open PyCharm. Paste it. Okay. Now that we have the dataset, let's begin with the coding. First, what will we need? Of course, it's the pandas library. The pandas library is used to import the dataset to read the CSV file. We're going to install the pandas library through pip. To do that, you can open cmd, type pip install pandas. It will take a moment and it's going to download the pandas library. Well, while it installs, we'll install the other libraries we need, which are the matplotlib and the sklearn libraries. For the main program, we'll not need matplotlib. I'm just going to be using it to show you the linear regression output that we will get. So for now, we'll only import sklearn. sklearn is short for scikit-learn, which is a library that is used for machine learning. Okay, now that pandas is installed, we'll import sklearn, scikit-learn. There's another way to install libraries like this. By clicking the red bulb you get above in PyCharm, you can just install a package, which is quite straightforward. It seems this is going to take a moment as well. And for now, we won't be using the sklearn directory mainly. We'll be using its classes and the other objects and features that it has. So from sklearn, it seems it's still installing. We'll have to wait for it. In the meantime, let's just import the dataset quickly. Dataset is equal to pandas dot its method, its function is known as read CSV, which will read the CSV and return a data frame object. So read CSV donating campaign dot CSV. Okay. Now that we have the dataset loaded, what we have to do next is import our model and make sklearn process it. And it seems sklearn has almost been installed. Yep, the library has been installed. In this, we'll use the linear model because we're doing linear regression. We're going to import the linear regression class. Yep. Now, we're going to feed the dataset to the linear regression class. So we're going to create the object linear regression. Okay, that went wrong. Okay, linear regression as in a variable. Linear regression is equal to linear regression the object. Then we're going to fit or train this linear regression model. So we're going to fit the dataset to it. We have to make it as dot values, since we only need the values and we don't want it in the data frame object style. Let's see if that works. I have some suspicions. Oh, I completely forgot the main step, which is to divide the data set into the dependent and the independent variable. What does this mean? So there's the independent variable through which we're predicting the value. So in my previous example, which was days of experience and salary, days of experience is the independent variable. From it, we predict the salary variable. So x will be the days of experience. But what's that in our case? It's number of days, how long the donating campaign has been going on. So we'll say that the x variable is dataset.iloc. iloc is a function which allows us to get a part of the dataset. We're going to put colon first. What this does is get all the rows in all the rows. Next, comma. Since this is a 2D data frame, first we're going to input the rows. We want all of the rows. Next, the column. We need the 0 column, which is the first in Python, since Python uses 0 indexing. So that will be the entire number of days column. That will be our independent variable x. Y will be dataset.iloc colon, but this time 1 as in the second column. And now we'll have to put dot values to both of them because we need only the values. Then we'll fit the linear regression dataset with the x and y variables, which will train it. It will process this data and learn it. I believe there are 100 entries. Yeah, 100 entries in this dataset. I've identified our problem. It was that we had to use colon here and this had to be -1. So what happens here is that we're saying that by colon we need all the columns except the last one, because in Python when you put the value to the right side of the colon it excludes it. So only the first column here, and here only -1 is enough. So now if we run it, it's successful. That means that the linear regression model has been trained. But we trained the model. How do we make it predict the values that we need? So friends, we use what's known as the linear regression predict method. We provide a 2D array to this function and this returns the value to be predicted. So we can for now take any number. We can say the dependent variable is equal to the number of days. For example, let's say it's been running for 110 days. We're going to say we're going to make a 2D array like this with 2 lists inside the dependent variable. Then we have to store the prediction, and we can just say prediction equal to, and we'll print this. As you can see, it's saying that if the donating campaign is running for 110 days, we'll get $13,029. Of course, that can't be true in real life. This is just an, well, we can say imaginative data set in which I've just made so that the numbers keep increasing, but they are random. They're in ascending order. So the number will keep increasing depending on the number of days. However, in real life, there are many other factors which influence the profit earned in a campaign. This is just one that we're using for testing. So friends, now let's just add some input so that the user themselves can enter the name of the dataset and they themselves can enter the value to be predicted. After this, I'll show you the tables, the plots that is produced from the prediction of the simple linear regression model. But first, let's upgrade our program here. We'll say dataset path is equal to input enter path of dataset, and we'll just put that here. And for the dataset name, I made a creative way to get it. Assuming that it's a path, you can't save the new upgraded dataset in the same path by replacing it. You don't want to do that. If something wrong happens and you lose the original dataset, it's going to be a problem. So we'll, in this our main project folder, we'll create a new directory. We can call it updated datasets or filled datasets. Anything updated datasets. So we can say that the dataset name, the name of the dataset would be dataset path dot split by the backslash. But if it's in the same directory and it doesn't have a backslash, we're not going to do anything. So we're going to put an if statement inside the variable code. If this backslash is in dataset path, if it's not there, else dataset path, which means that if there's no slash in the dataset path, just take the dataset path as the dataset name. So if it's ABC slash donating campaign, it will store it under updated dataset slash donating campaign. That's how it works. That's why we need the dataset name. So we'll continue here. We need the dependent variable. Yes, we're going to take it as an int input, int or float, that is. However, in this program there will not be any header handling. You can add that to your own creative code as well, but this will just be a basic skeleton program. So let's do that. Dependent, no, actually independent variable is equal to int or float. No. Input enter the dependent variable. Okay, we can devise a solution for this too in order to figure out if it's float or int. What we can do is, I'll make it int at first. Int if if okay, this won't work. I have a better idea. Independent variable is equal to int independent variable if uh, if is equal to float independent variable if dot that is the decimal point in independent variable, else it will be int independent variable, which means it has no dot whatsoever. That will solve our problem. Then we can predict this, but as you can see, there are brackets here which we can remove because this is the only item in the array. We can make it as 0, so the brackets will be removed. So we can print, we'll make it an string in which we can add variables. The predicted value is so if we were to run the program, enter path, donating, campaign.csv, enter the dependent variable. I should have put the arrow mark instead of that. Never mind. The dependent variable is, let's say, 58. So it's saying that I earned $6,103. Anyway, I'll just add the arrow mark here, and that our program is done here. This is the simple linear regression predictor, and it just predicts the value from a data set. Now, friends, I'll show you its the problems of it not having any error handling. So I'd say let's type something. Boom, that won't work. So you can add your own error handling to this if you want. There's also another problem. After we do this, enter dependent variable. If I do that, it doesn't. Even if I put a dot here, it would error with float. So that will also be a problem, but this can be solved with simple error handling. Now, friends, we'll get to the part where I said that we could show the plots, the visual plots of the simple linear regression. But for this time, we won't use only one value from the user. We'll divide the main data set into a training and the test data set. So 80% will go to training the model, and 20% we'll see how it actually does. How accurate is this model? In our dataset, I would say that it would be quite accurate because all of them are just in ascending increasing order. It would be almost 99.9% accurate. But in real life data sets, it wouldn't be this accurate. But wait, let's actually see the result. Okay guys, now let's do the plotting of the values of the model. First, for that we have to import the matplotlib library. Matplotlib. Again, we'll import it using the REDPAL. Specifically, we need the matplotlib libraries, the pyplot method, I believe. No, we're going to call it PLT, which is quite common. we're going to have to wait for matplotlib to install. Yep, and it's been installed. Let me just clear the output here. Now, before we get the dependent variable from the user, we're going to just show the pyplot. No, even before that, we're going to have to split the dataset, as I said before, into the train and test data. For that, we have a library from scikit-learn, which is sklearn.train test split sklearn.model selection. From that, import train test split. Here we're going to say xtrain, comma, oh, I left a space. Xtrain, comma, x test, comma, y train, comma, y test is equal to the train test split. We're going to provide x and y. Then we're going to say that the size of it should be 0.2, that is 20% of the data set, and that the random set, which is should it take randomly the values or not, we'll set it to 1. It's your choice if you want it to be in the exact order or random. Now that we divided the data set, we're going to provide only xtrain and ytrain for the training or the fitting of the linear regression model. Then before asking the dependent variable here, we're going to use the PLT. No, actually before that we're going to predict the values of ytrain. So we're going to be y predictions is equal to linear regression dot predict ytrain. This is better because we know the answer, the proper value from y test, and through this we can evaluate our model. So after we get y predictions, what we're going to do is we're going to use plt dot scatter. We're going to scatter the points of, first we'll show the train predictions. So xtrain, comma, ytrain. The points should be red in color, so color, I believe color is equal to red in red. Then plt dot show, I'm sorry, dot plot, not show, plt dot, oops, dot plot. We're going to say xtrain, comma, the predictions of xtrain, which is linear regression dot predict xtrain. So the predictions of xtrain along with that linear line. Then for the label of the x and y, we're going to say plt dot x label, which is, let's open donating campaign, number of days, and then the y is profit in dollars. Profit, oh, okay, plt dot y label is profit in dollars. Then plt dot title, the title of the plot, title is yeah, the train set. Its name is donating campaign train set. we're going to copy and paste this whole thing once again with a few changes though, because this time we'll be showing the predictions of the test set, which will be not known to the model. It's new to it. So we're going to change this to X test, Y test. Here, to evaluate it, we'll change it to X test and Y predictions, or else we can just keep it the same. Y predictions. Number of days, these two will be the same. Here it will be the test set. Okay, I hope I did that right. Let's run the program to see how it goes. Okay, enter path of data set donating campaign .csv. I believe we encountered the same error before. Phoenix test. Okay, I'm gonna solve this. So the mistake was I was supposed to use X test not bytrain. That was quite a crucial mistake. I don't know why I wrote that, but since X test is the one that is which contains the dependent variable, which is not familiar to the which is a new data set and is not familiar to the model, it will evaluate it. Enter path donating campaign .csv. The dependent variable. Well, so we did all of that, but I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you the most important part, which is after you did all the effort and you don't show your work. That's it's like that. After you do this, we have to say plt.show to actually show the plot.show. Yep, I'm sorry. So now let's run this. We're going to enter the path of the dataset. Donating campaign.csv. And as you can see the plot here. It's perfect. Our model is perfect, but this is because it's going perfectly in ascending order. But as you can see, this is how it works. This is the profit in dollars, and this is the number of days. This is the train set. If we use the test set, this is what happens. This is 20% of the data set, and you also get these near perfect values. So this is it. I'm going to close it. And that was the plot that I wanted to show you, that you get from a simple linear regression. So friends, that's the end of the programming part of this video. Now you can get this entire code except the plot part in GitHub, which is under my account Adityavati / the simple linear regression predictor. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching to the end. Please do like and subscribe to the video. I've spent a lot of effort making this one. Thanks again and see you soon.